Hi guys, day two of week two of our Kickstart nutrition and mindset work. So it's going to be part two of the goal setting today. So hopefully you've watched my video yesterday on goal setting and why it's important. Today I'm going to take you through how to do it and what's the best way to do it. So I've got a little presentation for you as well. So here we go. So the process we use is one called the WOOP, WOOP process, okay, which stands for wish, outcomes, obstacles, and plans. Okay, so the wish is what's your wildest health and fitness desire? Now, this is much more about feelings and lifestyle, and it's the why that will motivate you. It can be a little bit more intangible, and it's a desire rather than an absolute, uh, you know, accountable objective measure. So it could be I feel confident in my appearance, I can wear any clothes that I want, I can enjoy playing with the kids as I have the stamina to outlast them, I lead an active lifestyle without being impeded by aches and pains. Just a little brain science here as well. You'll notice that I write these in the present, as if they've already happened, and that's an important concept when you do write your goals, which I'll probably go into the science of that at another time. Okay, but your wish is probably the most important thing. It's like the big thing that you want, but in terms of how you want your life to be like, what's the picture? And it's much more descriptive than it is quantifiable. Okay, so a lot of people talk about goals in the it's got to be quantifiable, it's got to be measurable, achievable, realistic, all that thing. And yes, that's all important, but none of that will get you out of bed to get to the gym, and none of that will stop you having the crisps and chocolate and biscuits that you can't have to have. What will help you to do those things is the desire, and a strong desire to feel a certain way, to have a life that looks a certain way, to be healthy, etc. So that's why the wish, guys, is really, really important. Okay. Now the next one is outcomes, and this is where it becomes a bit more quantifiable. And the outcomes is almost the little success points along the way that will give you that sense of achievement. And this is where we gamify it. This is where we make this process of achieving goals a little bit like a game that you can win, and you can set the rules and you can feel good for winning. There's a brain science to this. It's called, we get a little dopamine hit. When we've got an objective, humans are designed to have objectives, to have kind of a process that they're working towards. That's why we love playing games as well. We get what we call a dopamine hit. So dopamine is a chemical that the brain releases in response to kind of being on a journey towards a goal, or when we're playing a game or whatever. And that's what we're striving for, this dopamine hit. Now, the great thing is, you don't get the dopamine hit when you achieve the goal. You get the dopamine hit when you're moving towards the goal. So just having a stated goal will make your brain produce chemicals that will motivate you to move towards it. Okay. And this is all making it part of the game. So we gamify it with success points that will give you a sense of achievement, and make them success points that you're going to hit and you're going to win, and they're going to be non-negotiable. Don't make them impossible targets. Make them little mini targets along the way, and then set a deadline. Have you ever missed a deadline? If you have, I bet you it's rare, and I bet it probably wasn't that important. But your health is important. Your feelings are important. Your family and what you can do for them and with them is important. So those are deadlines, guys, that once you set them, they will be non-negotiable. Okay. And if you can make it a game as well, you can make it fun, you can make it a challenge, but set that deadline, you're going to get there. Okay, because we generally don't miss deadlines. Okay, the problem is with goals is we never set them. We don't set the deadline. We don't set it. So we don't set the deadline to miss. We're too worried about missing it. But what I want to realize is, guys, we very, very rarely miss deadlines. And if you set 10 goals along the way and you hit 8 or 9 out of 10 of them and miss 1 or 2, is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. Okay. And then you're also going to reward yourself, and you're going to use a combination of little mini and grand rewards. And I'm going to go through those in a sec. So example outcomes, guys. I weigh X stone, kilograms, pounds, whatever works best for you, by specific date. I fit into a size by a specific date. My waist measurement is by a specific date. It might be I can lift X amount of kilograms without pain by a specific date. I attend an average of a number of sessions per week at the gym by a specific date. I can complete a cardio workout with a break by a specific date. It might be I can run a certain number of kilometers by a specific date. These are all example outcomes, guys. And I encourage you to set different outcomes, yes, in the things that are the most important to you, but also in a range of different health and fitness things. But again, just make sure that every single one is achievable, and they can be stacked together, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. So deadlines, use specific dates, months, etc. But also, even better, use personal landmarks. Okay, so for example, my birthday, before my holiday, before my partner's birthday, before the kids break up for the Easter holidays, whatever it is. And you can, again, stack a number of these together, which I'll show you. And then in terms of rewards, allow yourself the treat that you've been avoiding. That could be one. Have a weekend away without worrying about your exercise or nutrition. Have a shopping spree for new clothes. Treat yourself to a spa day with a friend. You could go and buy some clothes and have a photo shoot. Whatever it is, give yourself a little reward. So little ones along the way might just be a certain cakes or biscuit that you've been avoiding, or it could be a bigger one. Okay, so make sure you've set yourself a little reward. And then, as I said, you can kind of stack these together. So this is an example sequence, and in fact, this is mine. So I weigh 95. Again, you'll notice that it's in the present. Okay, I weigh 95 kilograms by Christmas 2020. My body fat percentage is less than 20% before my birthday in February. I weigh less than 90 kilograms before my holiday in August. Haven't booked holiday yet, but you get the point. My waist measurement is 32 inches by Halloween. And then finally, my body fat percentage is less than 12% by Christmas 2021. Now, I've set a number of these little goals. And again, when you set these deadlines, guys, make them realistic. And most of the time, you'll achieve them well in advance. So I hit 95 kilograms, last week, in fact, so 2 or even 3 weeks early. And so I relaxed a little bit, and then I've hovered just back a little bit over it, but I've had a couple of days where I've definitely not gone mad, but was a bit more relaxed. I had my favorite eggnog latte from Starbucks yesterday, and things like that. But the point is, I'll keep checking it, and I'll make sure that I stay at 95. I might not need to get lower, but I'll make sure I stay there. And then after Christmas and in the new year, I go again, and then I get to the next one and the next one. So if you do get to your goal early, you can have a little bit of a break and maybe have a little bit of a relaxed period. Don't regress. Make sure you don't regress, but maybe just focus on maintaining that for a week or so if you hit the deadline early. Okay, so these are all little ways of sequencing the outcome. So now it's your turn, guys. I want you to write down your wish 3 to 5 deadlined outcomes. And you can do more if you want. So you can make them over the next 3 months. You can make them over the next year, and how you will reward yourself for each one. So there's a worksheet in the app for you to use, and I'll attach it to the email. So please do this. I'll give you a couple of days. So I'll focus more on some of the physiological things over the next couple of days in the videos to give you time to work on what your wish and your outcomes are. And then in the next goal setting video, we're going to talk about the obstacles and coming up with a plan. So that's it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've found it insightful, and I'll speak to you soon.